Hey, real estate investors, in this video, we're going to show you how to create an additional $47,000 in your wholesale business without spending any additional money on marketing, and you're going to be amazed at how simple it actually is. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, I'm with my main man, Eric B here. And as I said in this video, we're going to talk about how to create some additional income in your real estate wholesaling business. How you doing, Mr. B?
What's up, Scott? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a beautiful day out.
Yeah, wonderful, man. I'm excited about this topic, man. This is fun for a lot of different reasons. And, you know, who doesn't like an extra over $40,000 a month in their bottom line? So this was a fun project to go through and have that type of result, but then really let's show other people how we did that.
Yeah, I know this is something you're super passionate about, and you are the guy to talk to when it comes to this. So we're going to be talking about kind of doing what, like a business audit, right?
Yeah. So how this, you know, how we came up with the additional revenue into our business was going through an audit process and really identifying and looking at all the different stages within our marketing and acquisitions to understand where we are performing well, where we're underperforming, and what ultimately could we do about it to increase our revenue or our performance within our sales process all over, you know, from head to toe. So it's when you break it down by step through your sales process and measure it, that's when you can really see the results in an obvious way. And once you see that, then what we do is we put together projects that are relevant to the area within our sales process that we want to improve. We concentrate on that, and then we remeasure in the next month, next quarter, and the next year to see how we did. And if you do a great job with that training and understanding where you want to concentrate on, you move the mark just 10% improvements. Mm-hmm. We're just looking for little, you know, steps in improvements, going, you know, a 10% improvement, a 20% improvement, even a 5% improvement in any one of your sales process stages can equal tremendous amount of results. So
that was my takeaway from this is that, you know, I think a lot of real estate investors think that you have to completely reinvent everything. And to me, when I saw this presentation that you did for me and my business, I was amazed at how simple it actually was. And it was like this aha light bulb moment that, man, I don't have to like completely reinvent the wheel. I'm so close. And that was what was most exciting to me. So, man, you got the stage. I'd say take it away. Let's see what you got here.
Yeah, let's check this out. So this is a document that we go through that just kind of, consider this a template for you to walk through this exercise. And if this is a really simple PDF, and if you like this PDF, if you want to get a copy of it, you can leave a comment below. We'll definitely get you this PDF if this is something that you want to work on. So I look at our sales process like a funnel, and each stage has its own metrics, performance, all the way through here. Okay, so this is what we're looking at, and then you know, up top we have our different marketing channels. Okay, and so we're looking at how does this all break down for our performance. And what I like to do is we start off with something that really as simple as what marketing channels are we utilizing right now. And so I'll go through here and highlight the different channels that we're using right now. And quite frankly, we're using a lot of these. And so these are the different marketing channels. Now notice, we're not using all of the different marketing channels out there. That's not because they don't work. It's just because everybody is in a different position within their business, and marketing channels kind of come and go or evolve. And so just kind of, some of you might be at one marketing channel or two marketing channels, and some of you might have 5 or 6 like we do. So you measure each one individually, and you measure the department as a whole. So that's really important to understand. But these are the marketing channels that we concentrate on. And then you just kind of go down at a really simple level, like, okay, so let's just do a quick evaluation. How is our leads? Are we generating enough leads into our business to get our goal? Okay. So I'll use like this little, green, orange and red highlights for each one of these sections over here, and so that we're just kind of like go through and say, okay, well, where are we really strong? And so for us, we're strong with our lead gen, and we're also really strong with our tracking and our metrics.
And you're doing all this tracking and metrics. This is all just through a simple spreadsheet, correct?
Well, we have a spreadsheet, but we also we use a Go High Level platform. So our own CRM does a lot of the metrics heavy lifting for us. So that's really, but we also have a few different spreadsheets that we use for this as well, right?
Okay.
But knowing your metrics and understanding your numbers is, critical.
Huge.
Step number one. And a lot of people sit here and they don't have the answer to their tracking and their metrics. And so then the rest of this becomes extremely hard to do if you don't know your scorecard. Okay. So you got to know your tracking and your metrics. Then, the next stage, okay, well, how's our lead management? Okay. Well, let's just, for the sake of this, let's say our lead management is more in the orange. It's not horrible, but it's more in the orange. Okay. And I'll give you a little bit more context to that here in a minute. Now, next would be, okay, if our lead management's okay, but how is our tech? Do we feel good about our tech? Is our technology as sound as we want it? And if the answer is yes, for us it is, then we give it a green. Okay, and so we're just kind of going through this audit and understanding where we want to focus. Now, for us, we're going to say that we want to up our conversion ratio. And so in order for us to do that, we want to concentrate on our lead management. So now that we have a focus on this, and keep in mind, like, this really doesn't matter if you plan on this whole process. If you are wholesaling, if you're rehabbing, or if you're holding your properties or whatever else, this is all the same. You have to have marketing channels. You have a sales process, whether you're measuring it or not, and it all exists here. So again, it doesn't matter your exit strategy, this is what's really, really important. So
yeah, they always say you make money when you buy. So
yeah, exactly right. Exactly.
It doesn't matter what your exit strategy is. So this works for, cool.
100%, right? And so as we're looking through this, we got an idea of where we want to focus, and we need to then, next step is to have a goal. We need to know where we're going to go. And so here we have this kind of like just a little simple table where we can understand where we want our results to go. So, we have a goal, and maybe it's 2 more closings a month. Okay. So we need to know exactly how are we going to get to this goal, because if we don't do anything, if we don't address any of the issues that we identified through our little simple audit of what part of our business are we happy with, if we do nothing, where's our results going to go?
Nowhere.
Okay. Flat line, or not near where the goal needs to be, right?
Right.
Okay. So that's the simple analogy of just like, okay, we have a goal, we have a purpose here. We know we want to get to there. We know we have to do something, otherwise nothing's going to happen. And now, why am I emphasizing this part of it? Is because, man, I can't even tell you how many times we've seen people just get to this stage and they have really vague goals. And when you have really vague goals, it's hard to have any sort of a direction or purpose into improving anything. So I think that having a really clear goal and then doing what it takes to strive towards it is critical and critically important, right?
And I would add to that it's, I mean, how many people have we talked to over the years that don't even know their numbers? So it starts with knowing your numbers. Like you say, 2 more closings per month. What does that mean? You know, what's your average deal? What's your average conversion rate? Well, you know, so yeah, I go back to those metrics, those KPIs, and how important that is if you really are wanting to treat this like a business. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So now that we have our goal, we have our focus. Now, how are we going to create that? And that's the beauty of having really good tracking and systems around, is that this is an example of a texting campaign. And here's what it looks like. With this texting campaign, we have a total number of prospects of 10,000. Okay. And we have figured in our office that it costs about 52 cents per prospect to market them through our text messaging campaign. So that's all in cost. That's the software, that's the cost of the text, that's everything. It costs about 52 cents per text that we're sending out. Okay.
Cost of the list and everything, right?
Yeah, everything. The whole campaign as a
all
whole.
In.
Yep.
Okay.
And we break that down so that we know, okay, it's about 52 cents. So therefore, the campaign costs about $52,000 or $5,200 right here. And now, as we market to these people, we're getting about an 8% response rate. And so out of 10,000, we're getting 800 responses. Then there, we're getting about a 12% lead to or response to lead. So out of those 800, about 96 of them are actually leads in this campaign. Okay. Then out of that, 15% of those turn into appointments. Right. And then out of the appointments, 20% of those appointments turns into contracts, and we close on almost all of them. So that's 3 contracts. Okay. And in this table here, our average wholesale assignment fee is about $25,000. So the projected revenue from this one campaign is just over $70,000. Is that important to know?
Yeah. Are you asking me, would I spend $5,200 in marketing to make $70,000? The answer is hell yes.
Yes, of course. Right. But if you didn't know your metrics and you didn't understand how the numbers were shaking out, people might say, man, I don't know if I want to do another $5,200 campaign.
Right.
And that's bonkers when you realize that's where you're making so much money, $70,000. Okay.
Right.
But not only that, but now we can also,
that's a great ROI. I mean,
that campaign on that, the investment of $5,200 on that campaign provides over 1,200% ROI. Okay. And then we always like to measure the DPL, which is the dollar per lead. So how much are we earning per lead that this campaign produced? Okay. So all of these leads, 96, we're earning $735 per lead. That's how efficient we're operating. Okay. Then we have our cost per acquisition. So it costs us about just over $1,800 to acquire a property in this campaign here. Okay. So these numbers aren't bad, right? It's not great. There's a couple areas that I feel like we could really improve here, but knowing the numbers all together, I think is the important part. Now,
I think most people would be pretty damn happy. I mean, one of the things that comes to mind here is there's not a lot of businesses that you can create these kind of numbers with. I mean, that to me, that's pretty damn exciting.
Yeah. Well,
but you're saying we can improve.
Yes. So based on what we had in our audit, we were determining that we could do better with our lead management.
Okay.
And what that looks like, so if we were to convert better from the responses to the lead, if we were
Okay.
to convert that at a higher rate, what would that do to our numbers?
So
Okay.
so let me clarify. So this is once you have conversation with somebody, whether that be text message, on the phone, whatever, actually converting them to an appointment where you go out and meet them. Is that what I'm hearing?
Exactly right. So
Okay.
taking a lead from the lead stage to the appointment stage,
Okay.
because we know that the more appointments that we have, the more contracts we have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we want to maneuver from a lead stage to an appointment set
Mm-hmm.
as many times as we possibly can.
Gotcha.
And so by improving this one metric right here, from lead to appointment ratio, from 15 to 25%. So we just gave ourselves a 10% increase, just a little 10% increase right here in this part of our sales process.
Mm-hmm.
That created 24 appointments. All other numbers stay the same. We just upped our overall revenue by $47,000.
So you went from 14 appointments at 15% ratio or close ratio or appointment ratio to 25%, and that got you 10 more. Okay. All right. 10 more appointments. Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Okay. By creating 10 more appointments, we had a couple more contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. And here we are, right here. Okay. So, well, that sounds nice and dandy, right? To just improve this one spot within our sales cycle to increase the results. Now, what does this look like? How would we do that, though?
Yeah, that was my next question.
How would we do that? That, again, that looks great on a spreadsheet. We just went to over 2,000% ROI on our campaign. We obviously want that. So, what does this look like? This looks like improving your scripting. This looks like improving your ability to maneuver a conversation from somebody that is interested in selling, increasing their desire or their interest in considering an offer right now through the rapport and language and options and everything else that we cover in our scripting. By really doing a better job there, we made a 10% increase in our performance. Okay. It's literally scripting, rapport building, and being disciplined to a proven sales process right here. One team member makes this big of a difference.
And this is all just how I'm handling myself on the phone with that initial call with the seller, correct?
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Now, as this improves and we capture a couple more deals, what does this look like? We just showed you like that we created $47,000 a month by improving our lead to appointment ratio. But what does that look like over 12 months? That's when it gets really exciting. Because if you project that over 12 months, at this number right here, at 15% lead to appointment conversion.
Okay, so we're back to the 15 now. Okay.
We're back to the 15%. Okay. With the 15% conversion ratio right here on this over 12 months, we're looking at a projected revenue, I should say, of $677,000.
I'll take that.
Okay. We're still we're at an $1,800 cost per acquisition. We're $588 dollar per lead. So this is not horrible, right? We're just under 1,000% ROI, which of course is incredible on anybody's standards. But let's look at that same 12 months with a increased lead to appointment ratio, just by that 10% that we were talking about.
Now I noticed you've also modified your average profit per transaction from 25 to 20 here, so that's something to note.
Yep. Yep. We adjusted that down just a touch to be a little bit more conservative.
Right.
And then, but by adding a 10% increase here, that added 115 total appointments over the year. Okay. And again, all the other ratios staying the same. This just increased our revenue by $451,000.
Almost $500,000. Just by getting better at setting appointments on the phone.
Concentrating on one spot within your funnel.
Right.
Sharpening your skill sets in that one spot. And I'll tell you, man, this is a spot that we see a lot of mistakes right here.
Setting that appointment.
Setting the appointment. How often do we hear people say, "Oh, the leads, they want retail. Oh, the leads, they want this. Oh, the leads
are crap."
Yeah, they say, "Give me your offer." These are the conversations that I'm talking about by just improving it by 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Effective. Okay. When you do that, the impact on the overall business, the revenue that your business has the ability to generate is just staggering. When this all hit me personally in our business development, understanding how these metrics really impact the bigger picture, I mean, I just straight got obsessed with this.
Yeah.
We really dove into the scripting. We really dove into our sales process and just broke it apart and looked for 10% improvements in each category.
And something that jumps out here, do you sales is so important. And if I'm able to improve my sales skills and get more leads to convert to appointments, it's pretty safe to say that the appointments to contract, I'm going to improve at that too, right? Because I'm improving my sales skills, one of the most important skills that people can learn, in my opinion. I'm not only am I getting better at getting more appointments, but that will transfer over to when I get to the house, because I have improved my sales skills. I've learned how to ask the proper questions and direct all of that and bring out emotion and all of that kind of stuff. Safe to say I'm probably going to get better at getting contracts too with that. So I think this is probably conservative.
Yeah. It's direct correlation all the way through. You're exactly right. And I feel the same way as far as if there was one skill set that us entrepreneurs need to really continue to pour into, I don't care what genre of business you're in. Mm-hmm. But in our real estate, it's really impactful because our sales creates such strong revenue. That's the spot that you want to concentrate and build. I oftentimes consider our team, we are a sales team. We're a real estate company, but we are a sales company,
Right.
And that's how intently we focus in on our sales process, our breaking it all down from head to toe, every single step.
This is just such an eye opener and such an aha moment when I first saw this. So you laid it out perfectly.
Yeah, and this is something that a lot of people are, they don't do, or they do half-heartedly. If that's you, just know we can help you. We can help you with just getting you this PDF so that you can kind of go through this audit in the most simple 101 level as possible to understand where you want to focus your attention on. But we can also help you do this. This is something that we do with our clients all the time. So if this is something that you need a little bit of help or a little push on, by all means, reach out. We're happy to help.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get a link below this video wherever you're watching it. We'll put a link on how you can get in touch and get this PDF and get some more information on how all this works and how you can do this with your own business, right?
Exactly right. And so we'll provide you all the links and everything that you need. But I think it's really just important to kind of summarize all this stuff, is to really take a reframe look at your organization, consider looking at it at a sales organization, and then breaking it down each step to understand the performance, and then you'll have the right direction to go and improve.
Love it, man.
Yeah. So,
well, that was pretty mind-blowing. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, really, I just kind of wanted to walk through this and explain it the way we do. And if you just let everybody know, if you're going to get value out of this, or if you want the PDF and you want to do this yourself, we're here to help. And if you need help, we can also do that as well. So
sweet.
That's it.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time on the next video. Thanks, Eric. That was great, man. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yep, you got it, man. We'll see you.
Take care.